SS Gentleman, Dean Alejandro, and today I'm going to make this video short and sweet, and by sweet, I mean sour as fuck, because I am fucking struggling right now. I don't know if you can see it on my face, but I'm about to fucking lose control, and it is very interesting to me how some days and some weeks seem, I'm not going to say easy, because it's definitely not, but it is a lot easier than how I feel today and how I feel certain days. And those days that are really hard, every single minute of every single fucking hour is a fucking battle. And I know a lot of it at this point is mentally, and not any physical withdrawals, but my mind, and I assume your mind too, is like your worst critic, right? We're our worst critics on ourselves. So I was going to post another video. I could not get through it. I kept fucking stopping it over and over, and I'm trying to be calm and trying to understand what the fuck is going on. And realistically, I am having a problem mentally. So I decided to say fuck it and record this video to kind of let it out and let you know, as someone who is also recovering and trying to go through the sobriety battle, that this is not fucking easy. This fucking sucks. I fucking hate it. I hate everything about it. And it is impossible. It's an invisible disease. Addiction is real. And I will go ahead and start with that. I wanted to post a video. Oh my god, I am... Sorry, I'm trying not to lose it on camera because I feel like every little thing is going wrong. And I mentally am able to understand that I cannot control the situation. I can only control my reaction, but that sounds great when I'm mentally strong, and I am not fucking there. So fuck this, fuck that, fuck everything. All right, here we go. I wanted to post a video that was going to discuss how much money I basically saved without drinking alcohol, because it is the end of the year. And ironically, I just hit 9 months alcohol free, which you would think, and I would fucking think, wow, how great. Must be so great. Must be so much progress. It must be easier. And I'm not here to be the barrier of bad news and tell you, like, there's no point in getting sober because it doesn't get easier, but realistically, nothing about every single journey that we go through is going to be easy. There's always going to be challenges, and I would like to say that you appreciate the good because of the bad you go through, but realistically, at this point in time, I don't fucking know. I don't know. So, fuck however much money I saved, even though that is my main inspiration as to why I am able to not drink. However, my problems currently are trying to deal with all of the emotional and physical stress that I am having in my life. And I would think, because I changed those physical habits of my autopilot, that it would be a lot easier for me to go ahead and get past it. Spoiler alert, that is not fucking true. There is no way to prepare for something that you have no idea what the fuck you were going through, and how are you supposed to set up a successful plan without knowing what to expect and what to go through? Oh wait, am I setting myself up for failure? Is this impossible? Like, it is just so crazy. So I am here to be the fucked up face behind this representation of, yeah, it is definitely possible to get sober. It fucking sucks. I am a little ass backwards. I did not go to AA. I completely cold turkey everything that I have quit in my life, unfortunately, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, has been cold turkey. Why? One, I don't trust other people with my personal values. It's hard for me to open up to certain people and trust that they genuinely care. They genuinely see me as an individual. That goes for some peers, that goes for some professionals, and that unfortunately goes through medical professionals as well. I have a lot of issues based on past experiences, which I'm sure a lot of us do. So something that I've really struggled with, the sobriety, and that's been really, really difficult for me to get through, is peer pressure. Peer pressure is the reason I got into addictions in the first place. Like I've mentioned in other videos, I do have an addictive personality, and it is very difficult for me to stay sober because what's it called? FOMO, fear of missing out. I struggle with that a lot, honestly. And back in the day, I've had a lot of situations as to where the only way I was able to feel like I was involved, or I won't even say cool, but that I was bonding with people, was because of drinking alcohol or doing other drugs and stuff. And that is because of the representation that I had seen within the media, within certain people in my family. I have a whole other video on that, so I am not going to get hung up because it might actually piss me off. Lots of feelings today from Dean. So those are things that are very triggering for me. As time has passed, I have been able to get mentally stronger, or adapt, or I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So peer pressure for me hasn't been as difficult as it did. I will feel like my skin is crawling, all like there is tingling, my skin is crawling. I am to the point where I am so upset. I can't feel numb. I'm almost numb because I'm feeling so many emotions. But with that, I have a lot of repressed feelings, a lot of repressed trauma, a lot of issues that are coming up. And how am I supposed to cope with that when all I have ever done is get drunk? Excuse me, I will not even say get drunk. I will say black out, and then wake up and do it the next day because that was the only thing that I knew how to do. Like I said, breaking that physical habit was so difficult, especially with the withdrawals. But that changed. Now it's the mental battle. And I know people that are years and decades into sobriety and they still deal with this. And that is 100% why I am struggling with relapsing, with recovery. And people say, oh, reach out to friends, reach out to your support system. That does not make me feel better. If I talk to anyone about it, like I said, it makes me feel worse for some reason. I don't know why. Even with therapy, even with everything, it's just how I am. So for me to be able to control myself and my own reactions, I quit cold turkey. I put everything in myself. I just kind of isolate myself and I just go on. From this YouTube channel, I've been very candid and very vulnerable with discussing a couple of different things, and that is because it does help me feel better to go ahead and air it out. And even though I know there's tons of you watching, for me, I don't feel like I am mentally dumping on you because you do have the option to look at it and to leave at any point in time. Where I feel like personal people, or the people I have mentioned before, I feel like they feel obligated to respond. Like they feel the obligation of keeping me sober or keeping me from relapsing. So I just never meshed with that. I will not get into AA because that is a completely different thing. I am not religious, but I am spiritual. And I'm going to say that I support everyone who is in AA and that has worked for them, or NA, and any other sobriety programs. I don't really care personally what you do or what you have done. I know there's a lot of kind of gatekeeping within the recovery and sobriety community, which is pretty interesting because it seems to happen in every single fucking community. But the problem with it is I don't give a fuck. People are going to fight whether what program you are in, what works for you and what doesn't work. Me, as long as it works for you, I don't care. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what programs you did. If you are able to be sober and you found something that works for you, I'm 110% here to support you in any way. And a lot of you know that you can reach out anytime or day. I have my links in my bio, or my description, I guess, below, and you can reach out to me any point in time. So, other than a lot of feelings and dealing with trying to control how I react to situations, I am very irritable lately. My bipolar, it goes up and down. Imagine that. Of course, the medication helps, but I am very up and down right now. The fact that it is all out of my control makes it worse. The fact that I have been sober for so long makes it worse. I struggle a lot with very details and very realistic dreams. So I have had a lot of dreams that have resurfaced from different situations that have been happening in my life, unfortunately. But the problem with the dreams is that I am waking up feeling like I actually relapsed. And thus, waking up feeling like I actually relapsed, I am waking up with guilt. I am waking up with wanting to drink and kind of get rid of that whole thing, because what is the point of staying sober if I relapsed, right? I feel like when you quit, there is way too much pressure on it. Me personally, I was not able to say I'm going to quit forever because it was way too much pressure. I could not do it. So I just kind of took it day by day. Now that I'm so far in it, I feel like kind of more pressure, if that makes sense. So I had a dream last night, and I've had dreams maybe every other week or something for a while, but I didn't for a really long time. So these just kind of came out of nowhere, and it was very triggering. It was very disturbing, and I really, as you can tell, I don't know how to feel about it. So last night I had a dream that I was in a situation, there was someone from work there, and there was like a drink. It was like a beer or like a wine cooler or something like that. And I would always just drink straight liquor to get fucked up. And so in my dream, there was a table, on the table was the drink, and it was half full. I don't remember drinking it, but I knew that I had drank it. And I remember feeling at that point in time, wow, I fucked up my sobriety. Two, why would I stop with this? If I've already drank, I may as well get fucked up. And then feeling that depression, that guilt, and everything else that came with disappointing myself from going so far and realizing that I can't fucking do it. So waking up, I felt, like I said, really bad. So I'm in a really negative headspace right now. Now, a big problem that I believe is contributing to this is that I live in a city that alcohol is encouraged. Now, let me go ahead and backtrack. Every single city and every single state, every single part of the world, alcohol is implemented into their life, whether it is socially, whether it is religious, whatever. And that is completely cool. That is completely up to you. However, as I've discussed in previous videos with society and basically normalizing alcohol, it kind of puts a stigma on people who are alcoholics and people who struggle with addiction. So there is that line. Now, when you live in a community that embraces, encourages, and every single event is around alcohol and booze, probably because of the elevation, it's very hard to find yourself in a sober headspace. There is a sober group around. I will not hang out with them. I'm sorry. Maybe at some point in time I will. But for me, like I said, it puts more pressure on me to be in a space like that. I don't know. Maybe hopefully soon I'll be able to get the fuck over it. So I have people at my job, mostly. So I will just start with there that do drink, of course, right? Everyone drinks. And I am struggling with people asking me if I want a drink, if I want a shot, if I want a beer, if I want this every single day. I'm sorry, but eventually, after you fucking asking me, I'm gonna break. And I'm actually surprised the first time that they asked me, I was not itching as much because it was a socialization thing. So then I feel like I'm left out because I am not drinking and I'm not socializing, and I kind of just feel left out. And there is always, like I said, a stigma with, why aren't you drinking alcohol? What's your story? What's wrong with you? And it's such bullshit, of course. So what makes it worse is that this individual and these people know that I am an alcoholic and I am a recovering alcoholic. It even got to a situation one time to where they outed me in front of a couple of different people, stating and joking because I refused the drink, I had an alcohol problem. Obviously, I don't have an issue talking about it. No one knows about my YouTube channel yet. And I have no problem with answering questions about alcoholism and my personal experience. I have even had coworkers ask me, hey, are you okay with me asking you this question about alcoholism and addiction? And I will say straight up, I have no fucking problem with it because you are unable to learn or get an insider perspective unless you ask me. That is very consistent with everything that I do in my life, whether it's addiction, mental health, transitioning. I don't care to be the face behind you having open conversations, because how else are we supposed to learn? I will get lost in a black hole on the Google. Yes, I said the Google. So with having this person constantly asking me if I want to drink, making me feel bad about not drinking, what am I supposed to do at some point in time? The worst part about it all is that I have, since I moved in this house, as you know, we bought a house in spring. I have not had one alcoholic beverage in this house. That is amazing to me. But I do have a handle of Tito's in the basement that I was given from work. And I moved that from the previous house here. So today I am really, really struggling with just going down to the basement and fucking blacking out because why not? The only thing I think that is stopping me now is this video because I am letting it out because I don't have a healthy outlet. Let me take that back. I don't have any outlets. I don't have any hobbies. And people think that I am joking when I say that. But when I say I spent every single second either thinking about alcohol or drinking or binging, I only felt comfortable going out if I was drinking or getting fucked up beforehand. I did not have any outlets. I do not have any hobbies. I did not enjoy any aspect of life. And thus I am now finally having to learn to live with myself, even though I feel like I'm a fucking child in a 30-year-old's body. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I have to learn all of those basic things all over again because I basically became an alcoholic when I was fucking like 15, which is terrible. Everything about that is terrible. Remind myself that I can't control the situation, but I can only control how I react. Fuck it. At this point in time. So I am just really struggling right now with doing different things. I've bought a lot of different things to start new habits, and I have potential. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of potential. But I don't know what's more discouraging, trying to stay sober and having all of these triggers, or trying to start a new hobby and a new habit, I guess, without knowing what you're doing and fucking up, because in order to progress, you need to fuck up and learn from your mistakes. But how do I deal with fucking up mentally when I can't go back to drinking? That's my problem. This video was very long. I am very sorry. I did not expect it to be this long, but you know what? At the same point in time, I don't expect anyone to watch this. This is me, verbal diarrhea, recovery. This is me, raw. This is my story, 100%. Thanks if you've made it this far. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm not going to say sorry. I just really needed you or whoever to know that it's hard. It sucks. And if you are feeling any of these similar emotions, remember, you are obviously not alone because I am here vocalizing it to the fucking interwebs. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, even though I don't like it, but it's still like-worthy material. Please comment below if you have anything related, anything to say, any comments. I don't care if it's negative. I don't give a fuck, obviously. Please subscribe if you would like to see future content. I'm diving more into recovery and sobriety, addiction, and then also mental health as well. So my channel is going to be very rounded with that. And as you can tell, my content is very real and very raw. I'm also going to go ahead and make a playlist for all my sobriety stuff. And I will not give in. I am telling myself that I will not give in, but I will check in with y'all later. Take care of yourself. Life is so short. I'm trying to remind myself tomorrow is not promised. The good thing about recovery is that we are able to remember today. Does it hurt? Yeah, it does.